Welcome to week 3 of our homily series, Serving with a Heart Like Jesus. It's part of our larger theme called Following Jesus, in which we're focusing on following Jesus more closely and living life the way it's meant to be lived. During this series, we're focusing on service as a pillar of following Jesus. You know, I once came across a video of Fred Rogers, the creator of Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, giving a speech when he was inducted into the TV Hall of Fame. And he was greeted by a surprise guest, a disabled wheelchair-bound man who years ago, as a child, was on the show. And back then, Mr. Rogers sang a song to the boy that had the refrain, "It's you I like." The boy, now a grown man, introduced Fred Rogers to the audience and in front of everyone told Mr. Rogers, "It's you that I like." It was very moving. And then Fred Rogers gave a speech in which he said this, and I don't want you to miss this. He said, "How do we make goodness attractive? By doing whatever we can to bring courage to those whose lives move near our own." And he then asks the audience, who in your life has been such a servant to you? Who has helped you love the good that grows within you? And he has the whole audience take 10 seconds to think of, quote, those people who have loved us and wanted what was best for us in this life, those who have encouraged us to become who we are. And in a very profound 10 seconds, everyone in that room paused in silence and thought of those people. Well, let's start by taking a page out of Mr. Rogers' book. Let's pause for 10 seconds and remember the people who affirmed the gifts in us, who invested in us so that we could become who we are today and use our God-given gifts. I wonder if some of those people you thought of know the full impact they had on you. I know for me, there were times when someone gave me the gift of a simple affirmation, and that person might not even remember it, but it had an impact on me. It kept me going to continue to use and invest in those gifts. And when you and I recognize, name, and affirm the gifts that God has given someone, it can have a powerful impact beyond our knowledge. In the gospel reading, we heard a parable about using our talents and not wasting them by hiding them away. I think sometimes we assume that people know what their gifts and talents are, or that because they've demonstrated a talent, that they know they are gifted and don't need affirmation. We might hesitate because we're afraid. It makes us vulnerable to affirm someone. But I think sometimes serving means investing in the people in our lives by recognizing their gifts and sharing that with them. That act of service is one that can multiply goodness and service far beyond our knowing, because it can strengthen their resolve to use their gifts for good. Who in your life can you serve by recognizing and affirming a gift or talent that they have? Maybe that person is a great listener, calming presence, abundantly kind, a great storyteller, or even has a great laugh that makes you laugh. You never know how those gifts could be used in service to God. Sometimes it's our role to invest in people by naming their gifts and talents, by bringing courage to those whose lives move near our own, as Mr. Rogers said. You never know how those gifts will multiply in service to their family, friends, community, even the world. This week is Thanksgiving. What a perfect opportunity to affirm someone by telling them we're grateful for them and by affirming a gift or talent that we see in them that can do good in this world. Who needs to hear, maybe in different words, "It's you I like"? Pray for the grace not to miss an opportunity to be of service to someone by recognizing their gifts and talents. Have a very happy Thanksgiving.